please just like give a round of applause for Wanjiko. Oh my God.
I would have given you a handshake, but okay, this is official. Okay, sorry, inside baseball. Hi, I am here. Hi. I haven't earned it yet. I'm a woman, I guess. I don't know. Anybody ever have that feeling? I'm like, I guess. You know, like if a straight woman addressed me as lady right now, I'd be like, is somebody behind me? You know what? But if a dyke addressed me as lady, I'm like, I gotta be focused. Focus. Something is happening. Right now. I like old people. That was my segue. Hi. I like old people.
Yeah, old people.
That's a true ally. True ally. I like old people. They're like the last people that aren't on Twitter or whatever. Like, I like when I meet an old person and they immediately call me sir. And then like midway in conversation, realize I'm a woman, and I just like standing there and just watching their lives fall apart. I love it. Feels so good. It's a thing I like. I went to Africa recently. I'm an African person. Not a big deal. Hey. Not a big deal. Like, my parents came from there, and I just take the credit. I went recently. I went to Kenya, beautiful country. You know, it doesn't matter. I went, and I think it's interesting how people respond to you when you go to different places. Like, I've been to Europe. I've seen the old shit. You know what I mean? Like, if I tell somebody I'm going to Europe, their first response is always like, hey, hey, have fun. Whatever you do, have fun. Do it. Now, when I tell somebody I'm going to Africa, it's different. Their first response is always like, hey. Hey, whatever you do, be safe. Whatever you do. I did get my phone stolen when I was there, but it's fine. It goes back to my own economy. You know what I mean? I'm holding up my own city, okay? It's hard work. What have you done? Go back. My grandma's happier now. There's a lot of gay people in Africa. We act like they're not there because it's easier to dehumanize people that you don't understand, right? So one thing I did when I was there, I accidentally went to a gay club with my two uncles, which is like the best accident. You know? Like, I've never officially come out to them, but I had that thing in my eye where I'm like, do they know there's gay shit going on right now? You know? Like, downstairs of this club, there's an upstairs and downstairs. That's the first obvious, right? If there's an upstairs and downstairs, gay shit is happening, okay? I went upstairs and I saw this group of gay people. I saw them and I knew what was happening, but I didn't say shit, right? My uncle and I both ended up dancing on the same girl all night long. Like, I danced with her, he danced with her, I danced with her, he danced with her, I danced with her, he danced with her, I danced with her, he danced with her. I can't think of anything more progressive than doing gay shit as a family. I can't think of anything more progressive. I got her number for him. I'm like, I'm leaving tomorrow, you know? I don't know. I love Brooklyn. I've been here 4 years. It's a long time. I'm from Texas originally. We're not. I paid for them to be here. Where are you? Houston. Austin. I'm from Austin. We don't know each other, but wait, yeah, we do know each other. Okay. I put a plant. Okay. One thing I wasn't prepared for is I feel like everybody knows who they are emotionally here. You know, I didn't know that was a thing until I got here. I was like, everybody knows what's wrong with them, you know? Like, if I meet a stranger in Brooklyn and they don't bring up the fact that they're like mentally ill within 10 minutes, I'm just like, oh, are you a cop? What is your deal? I don't know where you came from, but it's not here, okay? Go back to Iowa if you want to be happy. I don't know where you came from. I don't know where, right? Everyone's sad. In Texas, no one's sad. It's impossible. How can you be sad when you have a truck? You know what I mean? You can have a truck, you can have a gun, houses are $10. You find a pathway to happiness, is what I'm saying. Impossible, you know? Like, I also grew up with African parents. We're not very emotionally there. That's not what? Me and my dad side hug still. I'm like, we're almost, but work on that. Like, that's not, I'm trying to be better about it. I'm trying to be there for people. It's a lot of work. Y'all ever have the thing where you ask your friend how they're doing, and then they tell you, and then you're like, oh shit, I thought we were acquaintances. Y'all ever have that thing? I didn't know until right now what was going on. I'm trying to be there. It's very hard. I'm trying to be there more. Like, my dad called me recently. He calls and he goes, hey, how are you? And then I go, I'm fine, because I always say I'm fine. And then he goes, you always say you're fine. And then I was like, oh shit, we've never been this far before. Okay? And in that moment, I didn't know how to respond to him, so all I said was, hey man, you know I don't know you like that. You know that. You know that. It's a lot. I'm picking up a lot of things. I hang out with a lot of sad white women now. It's a different world. Different world. Like, sometimes I go borrow my friend's stuff. We end up talking about dads for like 4 hours. I'm like, oh shit, is this what y'all done this whole time? Like, I didn't know I needed that. I was like, this is just how it is. Like, I think we make the wrong people out to be heroes. In America, you're a hero if you can, like, write a speech or catch a ball or whatever, but, like, a dog can do that, too. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing stronger than expressing your emotions to another person. That's the hardest thing you could do. You know what I mean? You could never do anything harder. Like, have you ever told a Jamaican woman falling asleep on your shoulder how you feel about your mom? That is bravery. Have you done that? I went home with abs. I'm like, Sheila knew something I didn't know, you know? I try to use what I do in comedy and help people sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. Like, my friend had a bad set on a show I was on. I was like, hey, I'm going to use my emotional tools. Right? Okay? So the show ended, and then I walk over to my friend. I'm like, hey, Ashley, why are you crying? And then she goes, my name is Madison. You know? I was just like, oh shit, I was just trying to be there. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be there. Might have been the wrong way, but there. It's a long route. I like doing gay shit. It's pretty fun sometimes. Sometimes. I don't, well, all the, so, yeah. Are we in church? All the time. All the time. All the time. Gay shit is good. All of my friends are straight now. I think that's just a weird part of comedy. Everybody is like, all of my friends are just straight guys. It's a thing. I mean, I also have other, not important. Anytime my straight guy friends have a gay friend in the group, they make a big deal about it. You know what I mean? Like, my friend had a cousin in town. He's like, hey, Wanjiko, my cousin's in town. She's one of you. You should take her around town. You should take her around town for the weekend, which is a weird thing to tell another person. That's like saying, hey, you're a redhead? Well, I found another redhead, you know? You know? You could say anything in that situation to make it work, right? You can be like, hey, Wanjiko, you're from Africa, right? And I'd be like, my parents are. And they'd be like, well, I got this zebra. It's from Kenya. Take it around town for the weekend. Sometimes I bomb. It's not happening right now, but just imagine it. I want to talk about one of the worst shows I've had. Last year, I did a show in upstate New York. First off, it was... I asked to be on the show, so it was like completely my own fault, right? I should have known I was going to bomb on the show because the title of the show was basically, Are Women Funny? Find out Are women funny? Find out at 7. Like, it was intense, you know what I mean? It was intense. I got up there, it was cold, and I didn't think anybody would be at the show, so I walked past the glass window, and I looked inside the glass window, and I realized there was like 300 people in there, so then I was like, oh shit, I have to try, right? I ended up going first on the show. I'm not a really first comic on a show type comic. Like, if you go up first, you have to set the tone for the show, and I wasn't doing it, okay? I got on stage and I bombed to like middle-aged people in sweatpants for like 20 minutes straight. Like the whole time I was bombing to like older white people in sweatpants, to my left there was a table of 4 older black women in the corner. Like I saw them, we saw each other, but I was like, hey, I don't need you, but I needed them. You know what I mean? I was bombing, my throat dries up, and it was so bad where a lady beneath me looked up at me and she was just like, how could you do this? I'm like, I don't know, I took the mega bus. It was crazy, you know? It was crazy. Okay? So I'm bombing and it's silent, and every comic has this thing in their head anytime they're bombing where it's like, how am I gonna save my set, right? I can do something, I do a joke, maybe they'll respond. My idea in my head at like the last minute of my set was literally perform my last joke for the table of 4 older black women in the corner, right? My idea was maybe if I do my joke to them, they'll clap or be like, hey, you tried, right? Right? I get to my last minute of the set and I'm literally on their table and I do my joke and then we're all looking at each other. And my joke ends. And they're all cross their arms. And they were just like, not tonight, you know? Y'all ever take the bus 7 hours in the dead of winter to upstate New York to disappoint 4 black women you don't even know? Y'all ever do that? I went home, I was like, I should get a master's tomorrow. Okay. Very hard. I used to go to a lot of ladies' nights. I don't as much anymore. I could just get on an app. I don't know. Or go out, depending. Ladies' nights are harder for people who are queer because I think you have to look for the signs more deeply. Like I went to a gay club. I went to a ladies' night. You never know who you're gonna meet. Like anytime I go to a ladies' night at a gay club, I have to walk inside and see for signs if the person's like gay. You know what I mean? Like I have to see if they have a septum ring or Under Armour on or something. You know, I need to see. I went to a ladies' night and I walked inside and I walked up to a girl. Just imagine. I walked up to a girl and I was like, hey girl, what's up? That's how I trap them, right? I just stand there, right? I go, hey girl, what's up? And that girl goes, hey, I'm so sorry, I have a boyfriend. And I stood there and I was like, boyfriend? On Thursday? No one told you this is ladies' night. This is my time. I don't understand. Like, I played rugby in college. Everybody straight at first. Those are the rules. You know what I mean? We did all the numbers and percentages. We don't talk about the truth. Like, I think the thing is you never hear any good gay love stories. Now we have a few that you can see in the theaters. Like, a few. Like, a straight love story, we all know it. Like, a straight love story, a guy sees a cute girl at Target, right? And then he follows her outside, right? He's tricking him, right? That girl walks underneath an apple tree. Apple hits her on the head. She falls to the ground. Guy wakes her up. They fall in love. That's a straight love story. I'm also exaggerating. Gay love story is a little bit different. Gay love story, you both live in Nebraska for some reason. You know? You're like one of 7 gay people in that town. You hate each other for a minimum of 17 years. Then after a while, you just have to make it work. That's a gay love story. Sometimes I do that joke and then somebody looks up, they're like, I'm just like, yeah, I wrote a book, you know? If you do jokes like that for straight audiences, they get kind of sad, but I'm like, no, I know what I'm doing. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know what's going on in the world anymore. I like politics. Politic heads, what's up? Okay, there's no other choice. Or you can get out. You're not a part of the community anymore. We have 23 Democratic candidates, maybe 24, running for office now. Like, you can just run. You know, if anybody in here wants to start a committee, I'm open to it. I don't think people should be able just to run for office. I think we need to have a stronger criteria. Like, I think if anything, before somebody's able to run for office, I just want to see them in a checkout line at Marshall's. Like, I want to see them, I just want to see that, like, if you ever go to Marshall's, it's always 2 cashiers for every 145 people. Like, I need to see your temperament, you know? How can you handle that situation? How do you respond to somebody grabbing a pair of jeans around you? Like, what are you going to do? I need to see. Anyway, this is a really just long ad for Elizabeth Warren, but I feel like I've said a lot. Is there something you want to hear specifically? A song. I can't sing. Is there something you wanted to hear?
Most embarrassing story.
Oh. I'm up here? It's hard. No, I'm kidding. I'm a pro. I can't think of anything. Is there something you want to hear?
Most craziest sex story.
Well, I think that's my time. Enjoy the rest of the show. Bye.